guys, welcome to Better Bachelor. This is Joker with a face for radio and a voice for print. So, the social influencers, whether it's Instagram influencers or Instagram models or Facebook influencers, here's what that really means. People that are lucky enough to be pretty or travel a little bit and have lots of followers and are nobodies. That's really what that means. But apparently, to get attention, they like to do things that are, we'll say, sometimes pretty dumb. And one was licking the ice cream sometime last year. And, well, a new Instagram influencer, Ava Louise, decides to film herself licking an airplane toilet for the coffee bug challenge. And you know what I mean by the coffee bug, right? I can't even say the words because that's an Insta whack. So let me just start recording it and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right. Instagram influencer Ava Louise films herself licking an airplane toilet for coffee bug challenge. For the bug challenge, right? And she says, please retweet this so people can know how to properly be sanitary on the airplane. Now, when you're born pretty, you're lucky. You have a lot of it, and whether you're male or female, if you're born attractive, you have a lot of advantages. Usually intelligence is not one of them. Very good-looking people tend not to develop themselves very far beyond their looks because they don't need to. But let's see how far this has actually gone. Instagram model, in other words, pretty, normal, not bright person, Ava Louise filmed herself licking an airplane toilet, as part of a bug challenge, insiders report. Let me zoom this in so you can see a little better. There we go. The young woman later claimed that rich blonde witches, with a B, can't get the bug. Okay? Like those of many other Instagram celebrities, Ava's page on the social media platform is filled almost exclusively with photos of her in swimwear, as well as selfies and occasional not dressed shots. Shocking. Really, that's how she got her followers? I have such a hard time believing that. Unbelievable. Her Twitter feed is similar, filled with selfies, spicy pictures, and other posts one would expect from such a niche celebrity. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Niche, pretty, normal, not bright person. It also contains her thoughts on various issues, which are not very deep. I mean, I have to assume, if you are licking toilet seats, I don't need to read anything by you to assume that you're definitely not talking about the nuances of string theory or over the weekend, the bug was apparently on the young woman's mind. In a tweet, she showed herself demonstrating how little she's concerned about the global problem, which she showed off by licking an airplane toilet seat. She says, please retweet this so people can know how to properly be sanitary on the airplane, with a smiley laughing face. I'm not sure it'll play on my page here because sometimes I have add-ons blocked, which I do here. So, but anyway, you can go look but it's basically this. That's it. Not long after it was posted, the tweet generated plenty of disgust. In a series of follow-up tweets, Ava not only addressed the disgust she generated in her users, but also seemed to deflect concerns that she might get the bug. As for sanitariness of putting one's tongue in a toilet seat, one used by strangers and cleaned by strangers, Ava tried to make a comparison to that of a bedroom act, saying that such an act is no different than licking someone's exhaust pipe. I've eaten a dude's exhaust pipe. How is this different? Geez, she wrote. Oh, boy, I bet she makes a great date, huh? This is where we are. I have to read these stories because they're so ridiculous and they're funny, but they just show what a state of depravity that we are in currently. Whether or not she's put herself at risk for getting the bug from the stunt, she says that she's immune for a couple of reasons. For one, she claims that the bug can't harm her because she uses Facebook, although she didn't specify what the connection is. one more time. I can't be harmed by this because I use Facebook. She also noted that hot blondes can recover from anything because rich blonde bees are immune. Ava also noticed that her mother was concerned about the stunt, but admitted that she only did it for the clout. Okay. Let's see. She tried to equate what she did to a conversation starter. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So, here's the thing of this story. During the very first years of the internet, there were a lot of articles that came out where, colleges can now send messages and they can share data. And this is really going to be an amazing thing. And as it expands, there was a point in time where they said, when we get to the point where you can carry around a personal device that can connect to this vast web of other computers, school and knowledge and all these things might not be necessary because you'll have the knowledge of the world in your hand. Smash cut to 2020, where people are talking about licking buttholes and toilet seats, and are trying to do this for attention to make some money. What happened to the promise of everybody becoming smarter and wiser and more knowledgeable and having the knowledge of the world? So you don't know, you don't necessarily look up the mating rituals of gibbons, or you don't look up, pi to the 7th degree. Instead, this is where we are. And the problem with this, too, is there's already started the copycats. Now, she said, not in this article, but in another article, she did state that she sanitized the bowl or the lid the seat portion of it where she licked for 40 minutes. But I'll tell you right now, number one, that's not true because no one's going to let you be in the restroom on an airplane for 40 minutes. So, but even if she did take some sanitizer and wipe it down, that's not the point. It's the point that this, and even if it was clean, I don't care if she faked being in an airport or in an airplane lavatory to do this, but she was really hiding in a IKEA, and it was a brand new display toilet, and she did this I don't care. The point is, this is where we are for trying to garner attention. They look at me, pay attention to me. Even during this type of situation where we're supposed to social distance ourselves from other people, some people get stir crazy because they need the attention. They need the validation. They need to pay attention to me. And if they don't get it, they start to feel irrelevant. They can't just live in their own skin and be okay with the fact that I am who I am, and some people may like me, and some people may not like me. But I'm okay with that. I'm just going to do me. This is someone whose entire sense of self-worth and being relies on attention. And as my channel over the last week or so here on YouTube, the viewership's been going down a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit. Why? Because there's some other things that are really important to look at right now, like the news and like what's going on and how do we take care of ourselves and how do we prepare. And other people may have other things on their minds. So of course you're going to see an ebb and flow of traffic on like my web page or other people's pages. But this young lady, and I wish I had this article, but her name is, let me pull it up here one more time for you. It's just, if you search Ava Louise and, licks toilet seat, there's other things out there. And she said, well, I did this because this chick, the bug, she names it, is getting a lot more attention than this spicy blonde. And so I had to do something to get the attention back from the bug. Really? You can't let anybody else try to maybe look at some other news and current events and try to make themselves safe and get up to current speed because your views may have gone down a little bit and maybe therefore your money went away just a little bit. Heaven forbid that the world is not, all 160,000 followers that you have are not bowing and worshiping you and calling upon you and desperately needing the photos of you sans clothing so you can make money. It's called the world. Get used to it. And these are again, at some point when this is your entire, I just did a video about how 20s are not the new 30s. When this is your entire 20 years, And what happens when you hit 30 or 32 or 34 or whatever, and you're not relevant anymore? You can only go so crazy. But once you're not the pretty young thing that everybody wants to pay attention to, and they move on, what values, what skills, what talent have you brought forth to continue on your life in the world as a productive member of society, which you aren't even currently, but once the beauty fades and you don't get that attention anymore, what more value do you get? You know what you get? Nothing. The only thing that someone like this can do is, if they can't land, because there's a million of them, so I can't see them all landing some sort of a deal with either adult like videos and stuff like that. The only thing I can see something like them doing is tricking a guy that's successful and has his career together and has a little bit of scratch, tricking him into taking her along for the ride until she can earn half of his stuff, and then of course she can leave. That's the only thing I can see someone like this doing. Maybe that's harsh, but it would go no different, but I don't know of a lot of stories of young guys that are out there being an influencer, standing there posing with a six-pack and looking good, because women just aren't visual like that, where men are. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of this. I think someone like this is, again, not only now do they have very little value, they're only just someone pretty where a bunch of desperate guys will send a little money to pretend they have the girlfriend experience with a pretty girl, maybe sending them a text and a photo once a week. But your nothing burger becomes even more of a nothing burger once you're past the stage where people find you attractive. So yeah, good job. You got everybody's attention. I didn't go to your Instagram. Most people aren't. They're just reading stories about you, and they just think you're stupid. Good job. You played yourself on this one. Guys, if you'd like to support my work, links are below. Thank you for those that have. I'm enjoying your emails that you're sending me. I cannot get through all of them. I can't even read all of them anymore. So, guys, you're more than welcome to send me stuff. I just can't get to all of it. Please comment, like, and share. That's the best way to support my work. And go back and check some of my older videos. I try to put together interesting stories. Guys, I'll leave it there. This is Better Bachelor. I'm Joker. And remember, when all you have is your looks and you're not getting that attention anymore, some people do some pretty desperate things to try to get it back.